Hello and welcome to this Riverbed support video. My name is Ishan Kapoor and I'm an escalation engineer with Riverbed. In this video, we will be going through the Riverbed recommended method of packaging a modular project so that it becomes a single compressed file, easily shared and stored. We will also learn how to expand this compressed file so that it can be used by modeler. There are two main approaches on how to archive a modular project. The one approach is if there have been C code level changes in your project. The other is if there have been no C level code changes in your project. We will be going through an example of each. Let's go through an example of where there have been no C level code changes in the project. I've got a project right here, which is just model and network and topology, but no process models have been modified underneath. There may or may not have been device level modifications, which means new devices. But for this process, the, the steps to create the project archive will remain the same. So let's see how we do it. Let's go to File, Manage Model Files, Create Project File Archive. As you can see, it auto-generates a list of all the components that Modeler thinks are necessary to regenerate this project from scratch. All the device models, all the network models, everything needed to regenerate this. It's usually a good idea to go and include the error log. And if you want, you can include all the scenarios from this project or include the current scenario only. You may have the option to include a VNE XML, which is in case you've imported or created the topology using Net Collector or VNE Server. If available, it's recommended that you check that box as well. So I'll go and create a package by clicking on this package button, and let's give it a name. And hit package. And there we go. If I examine my downloads folder, I can see this archive is ready, and we can check the size as well. Now let's take a look at an example where C code level changes have been made, and we need to capture and archive those as well. The process is as follows. We will bring up the configure run des box. We'll go to the other displays and make sure the generate list of component file dependencies is checked off. Also, under execution, advanced compilation, let's force model recompilation as a best practice before archiving anything so that all the files that need to be archived are recompiled and we get the freshest result. Let's go ahead and click run. As the simulation is being built, you can see the list of dependencies in this dependencies tab is being generated by Modeler automatically for you. This includes external files, as you can see with the ex.c extension. It includes object files of the compiled code. It includes the .m project files. Let's go ahead and hit OK in this node and return back to the dependencies tab. It includes things like the network model file. It includes the pipeline stages and everything else that is needed to reconstruct the project. It's usually a good idea to not exclude several of the components because they may be needed for debugging or they may be needed for troubleshooting later on. One thing to keep in mind is that some of the header files that may be custom, that do not come with Modeler out of the box, will have to be added by using this add files feature. You can simply locate the file wherever they are in your project directory or in the Modeler installation directory that have been custom built by you. Only those need to be added manually, otherwise everything else that's needed is available right here. All you have to do is click on package, And we can just go with the name that it provided by default and create package. And as usual, let's examine what the new package looks like, and let's see what the size difference looks like. So there's a significant size difference in the dependencies generated in a high detail package archive, which has C code level changes that we needed to capture. Okay, so now that we've created our archives, let's see what we have to do to bring the project back up from the archive. I used Modeler 17.5 to create the archive. I'm going to actually restore it or expand it or unpackage it using Modeler 18.6. So let's see how the steps go. So let's go to File, Manage Model Files, Expand Project File Archive, and I'm actually going to copy this path, select the archive, and I'm going to locate my op models folder and place the archive here. So I may get messages depending on if I have previously expanded archive with similar project members with similar files. I'm just going to go and overwrite all for now. And there we go. We see a message that says the files have been expanded. So let's see what the files look like. So I'm going to go here, and there it is, simple modeler project. So I'm getting a model conversion notification because we moved from 17.5 to 18.6. I'm just going to accept it and let it, four objects have been to a format that has changed. We're going to do yes. This is just the standard conversion of old to new attributes, and it's already done that. So I'm going to hit save, and there we go. I was able to create a project file archive on a 17.5 release of Modeler, transport it to a machine that has 18.6, and expand it by using the recommended way for expanding project file archives. And I'm able to run and see and use the project in 18.6. So this showed you, hopefully, a good way of how to next time you have to move files or projects, you don't end up thinking on your own and selecting and cherry picking certain files. Modeler has the capability of doing the selecting of files for you. All you have to do is just follow the simple procedure. If this is the first time you've been through this, or if you want to learn more, this process is nicely documented in Modeler documentation here under the project editor documentation, and then component file archive under discrete event simulation. Thank you for watching this Riverbed video. Hopefully see you again in the next Riverbed support video.